everybody. Jay here, EBIexperts. So thanks so much for joining the webinar today. Really exciting from our side to launch Section Access Manager SAM today. So thanks for joining. We look forward to this session, obviously, hoping everything will work out well and the demo gods will be with us. So without further ado, let me do a quick intro to EBIexperts. So actually, let's do some what's that, housekeeping first. So we'll record the session. Craig, are we recording?
Yes, we are.
Thank you, sir. So we're recording the session. It should run about 45 minutes to an hour. We'll do a quick presentation. Then Jason is here. He'll do a quick demo of the product we're launching, the minimum viable product for Section Access Manager for Click. And then we'll have a panel discussion. Gene will join us, Craig will join us. And, hopefully we'll get some questions from the audience around Section Access. Of course, able to take any kind of best practice or automation questions, on the new product that we are launching today. So EBIexperts, those of you who don't know us, we're a software company located in Switzerland, and we do source control and of course now security automation products for BI environments. So we do our products are SAM, the latest product that we're launching today. Those of you familiar with us will know WIP. So we have work in progress WIP product for Click, integrated to ClickSense, ClickView, and end printing. And then we have the same product also integrated to SAP. We've also done Agile integration to Jira, so Jira on-premise and the cloud server. And we look to integrate to more of those Agile issue management systems, since we provide an Agile source control, versioning, quality, publication, now adding security and audits solutions to the market. So SAM, well, let's go there. So SAM, if you took part in the competition, stands for Section Access Manager for Click. We'll announce the competition winner and everything later on. We have some sharing issues that we need to sort out, but somebody that win the competition, or one company that win the competition. And what SAM does is it does secure your critical data assets within Click. So as you know, that change is constant. People are onboarding and offboarding onto organizations all the time. People are being promoted, across the organization, or they will move across organization, changing their roles, from time to time. If we look at the US, we have about 52% churn, per annum, which is quite a lot. And every churn event will have this kind of multiple change requirements, right? Because majority of people have access to more than one Click application at a time. So every time somebody churns, you have to go and change the section access multiple times. So this creates bottlenecks for developers, and then of course, since it is still pretty much managed with code or some secure sheet or some write back table, it's pretty much still static and costly, because it's a maintenance task that you're requesting your developers to do kind of constantly. So it's constant. We see it as a large investment for companies, even on a 10 and on a 50 app level. We are seeing it as quite a large investment, purely because it's not self-service and automated, and the solutions that are in the market are very static. So fact of the matter is that the more apps and people you have more than developers. So developers are always going to be loaded with mundane maintenance tasks, which we could actually then of course make a self-service. So regulatory-wise, lots of companies, having regulatory and risk compliance requirements for, especially around security and data management. So data management becoming a massive challenge for companies these days, and having the value coming through, not having those audit findings around security and your data access is quite valuable.
Sorry, JP,
So,
are you moving your presentation?
I am, yes.
Uh,
It's not showing on your side.
Can the panelists confirm it's not moving?
Yes, I also noticed that it's not moving.
Oh, I'll reshare. Give me a second. Thanks, Greg. Just let me know if you can see it again.
It didn't seem to stop sharing. It kind of stayed on the same screen.
Let me try the dashboard. Yeah.
There we go. It's a SAM
better?
introduction.
Oh yeah, perfect. Thanks. So I did have some some slides before, obviously, just so you know. So welcome to SAM. Okay, we start over. SAM is integrated to Qlik Management Console and to your Qlik apps, obviously, using the Qlik APIs, and it's a self-service no-code product for section access automation. So it works with your root admins, or this version, our minimum viable product MVP, works with your root admins and your app owners within Qlik. So we're only reading from Qlik in this version. Next version will write back to Qlik as well. And then we have some, of course, core features. We have really quick install all the way through creating your repository and full configuration. So it comes with a couple of repositories, of course, databases. It's fully automated. So we have three different types of syncs or app scans, as we call it. So you have a auto app scan, which is a one-to-one with a QMC. JC will tell us more about those. We have a manual one, so we'll always try and reverse engineer your section access from Qlik, write it back into SAM, and then allow you this easy capability to manage it further. And then we have the unmanaged capability. So if we are unable to reverse engineer your script, we'll put the app to unmanaged, which means that it does not consume a license, but at the same time we are not managing the section access in that app. So your section access would have to be kind of according to standard, and if it is, we'll reverse engineer it. If it isn't, you'll have to go and fix it, or you can create it from scratch using SAM as well. We've implemented an active control capability, so being able to quickly just single touch push a button to fix issues. JC will show us that, or to get stuff done in SAM. And then nice compact admin section, which will elaborate quite substantially around the automation and the behavior of how we want SAM to work going forward as well. And then global search to quickly identify all your assets. So sorry, I hit the wrong button and everything just went away. Okay, sorry, I'll go back to where I was. So I think the next one was a poll. Yeah, so we already ran one poll, I guess. I don't know if everybody has had a chance to give their feedback on the poll. Craig, you're managing the poll, so maybe if you
I need to launch the first one or relaunch it.
Relaunch, okay. So if everybody can just help us with the poll,
Relaunch.
please, that'd be really great. I'll have a look at the chat. So okay, so somebody already identified that the screen's not updated. Our apologies. We'll share the screen. We'll share the presentation. Absolutely, yeah. Afterwards. Super, thanks. So the first poll, I'll bring it in. I guess I'm sharing the screen. So do you use section access currently? So you, or of course your customers, you know, is it something you implement, especially these days with the increase in data governance requirements and data protection? Would be interesting to get that. So let's move to the second poll, Craig. Thanks. Who manages section access in your organization? So is it your developers? Is it your admin users? I mean, I understand large and small organizations, you know, or is it your business users? You know, have you created some self-service capability sheet or write back capability already? Yeah, would be good for us to see the stats. So let's let that poll run while we switch the screens, Jess. So I'll stop the share and then you
Let me
do
go ahead
the
and
demo.
start sharing my screen.
Thank you, sir.
Cool. You'll just confirm if you can see my screen.
I can. Your skewed image.
Apologies for that. That is my fault. I've messed with some stuff. So, but anyway, you won't see that.
Okay.
Hi there, everyone. Jason Coggan here. So I'm just going to take you through a demo of SAM, and yeah, let's get right into it. So we'll start off with the whole login procedure. So obviously SAM is completely web-based. What we've gone and done is we've created two types of logins. So we have an admin login for initial configuration, setting up the license, and then obviously any issue resolution. So if there's any connection issues to the ClickSense server, things like that, you can log in with then this dedicated admin user. Otherwise, from that, when everything's set up and running, we just use the Click login. So there's no need to remember any different usernames and passwords. We integrate directly with Click itself. And then we also have the sort of multi-level or multi-server support as well. So if you've got a dev QA prod environment or just multiple servers in general, you'll be able to switch between those different environments to log in and manage. Let's go ahead and log in. Okay, so once you've logged in, you are immediately presented with the active control view. And obviously, depending on your user rights, so if you're a root admin and you've got access to a whole or to every application on ClickSense, then you're going to see a lot more applications than what you're owner for. If you're an app owner, then you will only see those applications that you actually have ownership for. But I think there's several components, but let's start off with the admin section. So in the admin section, we have three different sort of tabs: servers, users, and global configurations. So servers being obviously your ClickSense servers. We can go and manage an existing server, or we can go ahead and create a new one, just providing some information along with the user to impersonate for publishing purposes, and then the certificate, which then you'll save, test the connection to ClickSense, and then make sure all the SAM configurations have been imported into your ClickSense environment as well. After that, SAM works with a cache service. So in the background, it's going to go and fetch all the root admins and application owners, and it's going to bring those users in and then assign them login rights into SAM itself. And then lastly, we've got the global configurations. So from here, we'll see the current license, number of licenses, your allocated licenses, and then your expiry date. But the one big thing here is the scan options. So we're allowing for as much flexibility. Obviously, everything is kind of a testing thing, but in this case, what we're trying to ask or provide to the user is that when a server or when SAM is set up for the first time, or a new Click Sense application comes into the environment, what do you want to do with that application? So do you want SAM to scan those applications automatically? And if it identifies that it's an auto application, like JP said, with the auto being a one-to-one with the QMC rules, then go ahead and activate it. If it identifies that there is section access script in it and it's manual, do you also then want to automatically activate it and hit the ground running? Or do you want SAM to control everything so that any app comes in, it will always scan it, and then it will let you know if it's an auto or manual and assign the respective sync type? In my case, I'm a little bit, I like hands-on, so I always set mine to no. I want to control everything possible. Okay. So let's head over back to the active control. I think just a little bit with the sort of menu pop out, so you can decide or pick where you want to start when you log into SAM. Always, where do you want to log in? So I've gone and pinned active control here. Okay, so let's go from top to bottom, look at a couple of the different components that we have. So starting off with the global search that we have above here. We allow you to filter based on the different sort of things that you're looking for. So this just allows you to narrow down that specific application that you're searching for. But if you want to search for a specific app name, stream name, server name, whatever the case is, you can go and tick those. Or I can also go ahead and type in. It'll then obviously look through the environment and return anything with the word SAM in it. So it'll let me know the applications, obviously any of the apps that start with SAM or have SAM in the word, and then the streams that they belong to. Okay. If we move down, then we've got some extra filtering capabilities. So we have our breadcrumb where you can pick your server and then your stream, and then it will filter accordingly. We can clear those. We can filter by any issue types, scan types, owners, and then my personal favorites are being able to swap between the published applications and my work applications. So obviously we can start SAM straight from the my work section and then go ahead and publish it and have it work. Let's focus on the publish side. If we take a look at some of the headers that we have here, so we've got the server that it's connected to, the stream it's connected to, and also bearing in mind every heading has also got filters to them. So we can search specifically for the stream that we're looking for as well. What's the application? The owner of that application, the RE status, so the reverse engineering status. If it's unmanaged, it will be unknown. As you can see from these other ones, there's no SA script that hasn't identified a section access script in here, but our third application, it has identified a section access script and it is reversible as well. Right? We've got our sync type, unmanaged, auto, and manual, like same as what JP spoke about. Our status, so is it unmanaged or scanned okay? So in other words, these are scanned okay. SAM didn't pick up any errors with them, but they're not active yet, right? So that status will change when you activate them. You can see that there's no errors and no error messages as well, okay? What we did in the active control as well is that you can do a multi-select if you want. You can obviously select all just to sort of simplify things. And then JP spoke about the one-touch control feature that we have. And what that is depending on the application that you're selecting. So even if I take this application in demo app CRM, it understands that it's unmanaged. So the only option that's available is scan. So obviously now I can go and hit scan and it'll tell me the cache service will scan it. Okay, so the cache service has a synchronization timing behind it. It'll go scan the application, see what's in there, and then let us know shortly. If I go down to one of my auto applications, now I get some different options. So it knows that it's been scanned and everything was okay. I can change the sync type if I want, or I can just go ahead in this case and say activate. So what activate's going to do is it's going to go and identify all the stream users that have access to that application. So in other words, run the audit query, return those, store them as users, and then insert the section access SAM script into the application. So let's go have a look at that script. So I'm going to head over to the hub here. Going to open up our auto application in the SAM stream. Going to head on over to the data load editor. Sorry, I was a little bit too quick. Come on, demo gods, don't let me down today. Thank you. Right, so you would have seen the two existing tabs that there is, and there afterwards SAM has injected a new tab called whip SAM, along with some standard code. And this code is going to be identical in every single application that there is. The only difference being the actual section access ID, which is then referenced back to SAM and then returns the correct result sets for that security purposes. So it will then bring through all the correct users, their access rights, and assign it to the application. At the current moment, so what we've done is we've allowed just for once you've injected the script, all you need to do is just go ahead and hit reload, or obviously let the reload schedule grab the app the next time. Okay. Right, let's have a look at the next type that we have here. So we have this application. It's identified that there is no section access script in it. So it's set the sync type to auto, but I want to manually manage this application. So I want to define who actually has access to it. So let's go in and edit some properties. I can double click, I can hit the pencil, and I'll get into the properties of it. And from here, I'll see some of the same information where I can go and activate it. If I'm not happy, I can go and revert the script back to the original script. So we do always keep the original click script before we even inserted any of our script to be able to reverse back again. And obviously I can change the sync type from here as well. So I can say, okay, I want this actually to be a manual application. It'll just ask for the confirmation. I'll say yes. And then there's some extra tabs that become available through my workflow process. I can navigate using the tab headings up here, or I can also just say next. So first we start off with our reduction fields. So what reduction fields are we going to use to now actually reduce our data? So we go ahead and reload the metadata. And what we do is we just make sure that we identify the fields that are only available for section access itself. So obviously following the click rules, fields need to be in uppercase and the contents also need to be in uppercase or numeric. All right. So it's let me know that there is a field type in here, which I have created in my data beforehand. So I can go ahead and select type. If you are needing to select multiple fields, obviously for your reduction criteria, be aware you need to be careful because you can create loops and things like that. But if you know that all those fields exist in the same table and it's not going to cause any errors, then you can go ahead and select multiples of them. Once we've selected our reduction field, we can say next. We'll be presented with a list of all the users that actually have access to this application. Okay, so from a stream perspective. And now I can go ahead and define all my different properties. So I'm going to start off with my first admin here. Okay, so it identifies that it's a root admin, so therefore it's given the access type as admin. I can change the access type as well. And should I not want that user to be able to log in, I can then also assign deny rights. Okay, obviously deny is not a function within Qlik itself. We just leave it out so that when the table is called from a SAM perspective, we don't include that user into the section access list. Okay, for my admin, I want to make sure that they have access to everything. So I can click just the type and it will always select. If this list is fairly long, I can actually search for those fields to then filter out what I'm actually looking for. And I want to make sure that they don't omit anything. Now, obviously, instead of applying the same rule to every single one, I can also go ahead and copy it. I can select my users that I want it to apply to, hit paste, And there we go. It's applied the access, the reduction fields, and the omits right across there. Let's have a look at my users now. So I'm going to go and reduce some data by these users. So user 1 is going to have access to cities. User 2 is going to have access to country. User 3 is going to have access to people. But user 3, I also want to omit the value from them. Okay, I'm happy. I've assigned some rights. I've assigned some reductions, some omits. I'm good to go. I can go ahead and say next. I'm going to get a snapshot of what's actually going to be applied, who's going to get what omit values, what the values are going to come through, and obviously any star commands as well. We can also view the old script as well and revert if we want. We can take this table, we can export it to Excel, JSON, and then open it in a URL as well to verify anything. Let's go ahead and say next. And then from there, we've got the active control. So this is just going to let us know if there's any errors in the application. And should there be any errors, then we can immediately jump into that application, go fix them, come back, and then actually activate that application there afterwards. All right. So I'm going to say finished. Once I hit finished, I'm going to do exactly the same thing as the auto. It's going to go inject that section access script in there. We'll go have a look at that shortly there. Just wanted to point out, so as you saw, as soon as the cache service is finished, it's let us know that it's an auto, no section access script, and the scan is okay for this application. So let's head over to the manual application. Let's go into the data load editor. And I know it's very boring. You're not going to see any difference from the previous app. So we're keeping the script exactly the same. It's all defined in this include statement. And even this is a standard script as well, but it'll always return the correct users according to what we've defined upfront in SAM. I've reloaded my application. I can go ahead and let's go open my session here with user 3. Head on over to the stream, open up the manual application. Navigate to my extremely fancy sheet. And there we go. I can see that my filter is applied by people. And also I removed all access to the values. So everything is 0 for user 3. Okay. Let's go ahead and have a look at our last one, which is our RE. So Sam has identified that there is section access in this application. It is reversible, everything. I could go ahead and hit activate. And now I actually want to go and see what has it done. So it's seen that there is a reduction field type. It's actually gone and assigned it. It sees that there's users in there. So obviously there's more users because there's more users that have access to the stream. But those are my existing users. It's assigned already the admin, the exact same section access that was assigned by that user. It's gone and added there for me as well and given me access what I have defined up front. So I can just go say next and finished. Let's go have a look at that app. So once again, inserted the section access script in there, but it did pick up that there was a section access tab in the application, and it's gone and commented out that section access script for me. So we don't remove it. We're not going to remove it from you, but we will comment out and where we can identify any existing section access script. All right. If we then just have a look at some of the last pieces, so that's pretty much how you manage your applications. You can do the multi-select, you can change the sync types, everything else like that, and let it run. And if you're struggling with anything, then lastly, we do have the e-learning section, which is then linked to our YouTube channel, and you'll get then all the different videos that are available there. But thanks. That's my demo.
Yeah, very nice, Jace. Thanks.
Pleasure.
Let me share the screen back. To the right desktop. I can manage that. I do think it's this one. Can you see the presentation?
Yeah, aussi, JP.
Yes.
Oh, thanks. Great. So thanks for the demo, Jace. Yeah, not what did we say? Not sexy, but crucial.
Section access is not sexy but critical. Yes.
Yeah, critical. Okay.
Yeah.
So the benefits really, if you think with the auto, the one-to-one, it is 100%. It'll automatically put the section access within your app, and of course, as you onboard users in your QMC onto the app, it'll automatically give them access to the section access as well. Of course, all the data. And then on the manual, we see the benefits really being 80+%. Really quick and easy, as you can see, visual interface, easy for any kind of business user to go and manage their own section access now. So the average section access investment for in the US for a company running about 50 apps is about $13,500 per annum. So it's quite a hefty fee, as you go up, and the more apps you have and the more churn you have, and of course the more expensive your development is, then it ends up being quite costly. So the benefits that we have in SAM at this point in our minimum viable product is, of course, the no-code, the self-service capability, the active sync. So in the background, everything is running. It's synchronizing all the changes, and of course you have the app scans for the reverse engineering and all of that. The different automation modes, so the mix between auto, manual, and the mix, and then of course the active control. We'll be elaborating a lot around active control, really giving a lot of self-service capability the same way as we have done with what is there at the moment. Then we also have the comprehensive audit log, so we haven't mentioned that yet, but we're putting a ClickSense app together as a governance app for this, so you can see what every user, what access they have, or per server or per app, etc. So we'll be launching the app as well, and then we believe there's a really good ROI for automating this work. So if you look at the average ROI, at least the way that we've worked it, looking at a 1:5 user to apps ratio, on 10 apps we're looking at about 122%, 50, 153%, and then your 250 to 500 apps you're looking at about 200% return on the investment for managing those, and then on the 1,000 level you're looking at about 345% ROI. So pretty good, I would say. So the question then is, do you see value? Craig, we have another poll. So let's ask the poll and see if the audience agrees, or should we skip the panel discussion and just move on? Yeah. Okay. Great.
So far we have 95% yes.
Hey, fantastic. So we'll have a panel. Thanks, guys. That's the right answer. Well done. Okay. Let's see. So maybe some good news. That good news for us. Thank you. We'll respond. Any of our customers, we did see some on the list. Thank you. Of course, always good to see you on our webinars, and what we're able to announce today is that thank you very much for your continuous support. I mean, we've been working actively with a couple of customers and partners around SAM, you know, getting some feedback and doing some testing. So thank you very much. It's we have a very good product today, thanks to your contributions. And to our existing customers, you know, we would like to say that thank you for all of your support. And what we're doing is we're offering all our existing web customers access to SAM for a year for free on a 3-year commit contract. So we'll be integrating SAM to web going forward as well. Longer story, but it's going to be exciting. Yeah. So thank you very much, and I hope it's a compelling offer also for our existing customers, not just on this call, but we'll be in communication with everybody. So let's start the panel discussion, Craig. Let's see if we have some questions. If you want to post your questions, we'll stay in the same session, obviously. I have some questions here. There's Jace, Mr. Cogan, you good? Oh,
Yeah, all good.
Good, thanks. Let me see, how do I do this thing? And then we get, is Gene gonna join? Yeah. Mr. Goody.
I'm somewhere here.
Hello.
It's so
Excellent. Mr. Wu.
Hi.
Yeah, we have the whole team. Yeah, good. Great. Do we got some questions? I see there's some open. Oh, there we go. Great. Craig, maybe you give us the questions and we'll respond. Yeah.
Sure. So we have a security related question. If a developer accidentally overwrites the SAM QVS file, it becomes possible to bypass section access everywhere.
I can answer to that question. I think we checked that QVS file is present every 10 seconds. It's a little accident now, but yeah, if it disappears, will be recreated after 10 seconds now. So that's not a problem.
If I have existing security rules, will SAM work?
So JC
maybe
Yeah.
Jace, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, as you've seen in the demo, so if you do have section access in your application, then you'll see that SAM should be able to reverse engineer it and show you the results there afterwards. Also, it will then utilize any of the QMC rules as well. So, yeah.
Great.
Okay. What is the pricing model?
Probably one for me. So pricing model, it's a subscription where it's a per app, right? So we're not charging for users on this one. So every app that you manage with SAM, there's a monthly subscription. We do annual deals, so we same as Slick. So you have the 12-month upfront subscription. We also have a 3-year contract deal, the same as Slick, where you have 0 increases over the contract commit period. And then we're offering a third option, which is a discounted net present value offer. So if you want to pay upfront for the licenses, if you have some budget, always a good idea. You can buy them upfront and get a nice discount to secure the licenses for a 3-year period.
Gotcha. Thanks, JP.
Thanks, Greg.
Next question, does SAM integrate with WIP or is it a standalone product?
We have a lot of different integration process on the pipe that will integrate with SAM in the next 6 months with the different. And now we will allow SAM and WIP to work together. So that's the first level in the pipe. Yeah. So yes.
So I'll just add to that. Thanks, Jean. Yeah, so we've got our third version planned already for SAM. So the next version, it's important for us to make her clever. Sam for me is a lady, so we're gonna make Sam clever in the next version, and it was of course the discussions we have been having with Click. They of course pushing SaaS really heavily. So we're looking forward to that integration next, and then making Sam clever, and then we'll also integrate Sam to WIP. So we started planning Sam 2015. We did the specification 2016, and we finally have the product, because we have the WIP product to integrate to. So there is a longer term governance, data management, and data governance strategy behind what we are doing. So if you are interested in seeing the longer term roadmap as a customer, then of course we're happy to discuss that.
Does SAM have a repository, and which?
Yeah, the same that in the WIP we have a MySQL embedded repository that can be used as production database. We can use your own MySQL, SQL Server, or Oracle database as well. So yeah, we have that repositories that stores the data for forever, we hope.
It's security, we better.
Yeah.
So Oracle and SQL. Yeah.
Just remarks on the top of that. Every action that is done on the, if you add a rule, if you remove a rule, if you change a user, everything is logged. So that's very important for us. It's also one direction we want to go. Now also every refresh, we know when the section access table of one application has been reloaded. We know what is inside, and we know who have access to one application. So that's important for us to ensure and to ensure you that your section access is correct and is managed and is audited. So all the information is available in the repository.
Thanks, Gene. What is the difference between auto and manual?
Cool. I'll grab that one. So yeah, as you would have seen in the demo, so auto takes literally your QMC rules. So the same as when you go and open up an app and you say you click on what users have access to it, and it brings that list of users. That's what we use for auto purposes. We'll bring back all those users that have access, add them to the section access table, and then off you go. And then obviously if a new user comes on board, they'll then be added to the section access as well. Then manual, so obviously there are kind of the two manuals. There's the one where you can turn an auto to a manual and manage it yourself. So you decide what users have access. You can deny, you can add the reduction fields and omit fields. And then lastly, we obviously have the manual, which comes from the reverse engineering. So if we do pick up that there's existing section access script, then we can reverse engineer it, and we set the application to manual for then you to manage it, leave it as it is, or then manage it further when you want to add more users.
Thanks, Jace.
Sure.
And I saved the best for last. How would we go about purchasing the product?
You should be answering this one, Craig. Call me. You can sing the song. Yeah? Call me.
Yes. So craig.wu@EBIexperts.com. I do have access to the attendees list, so I will send everyone the presentation as well. That's all the questions.
Awesome.
Great. Does anybody have any more questions? I see we're almost 45 minutes in. If you have any questions, we're happy to take them. Thanks, Dusty. Thanks, everybody. So control everything. This is our launch. Thanks, Gene. Thanks, Jace, for being on the panel. Appreciate it. Gene, you're
Pleasure.
muted. I can see I can see you're talking. Yeah, but thanks. Thanks for joining. Yeah. Thanks, Craig.
Thank you.
Thanks for hosting us. Thanks everybody for joining. I really hope you find value, wanna test the product and find value in the product. We of course we're very eager about the product and where it's going in the next 6 months and definitely 1 year. So we look forward to working with you on it, and yeah, we're excited. So have a good one, and it's available from now. Thanks,
Thanks, everyone.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes, yes.